Potato!
Truth be told,
So,
hey
we
y'all.
in the
Truth be
building.
told, y'all know what it is, y'all.
What's happening?
What it is, Joe? What's up? I can't
Gonna
nigga.
get in them good.
Hey, hey,
Period.
hey, hey,
So
hey,
what?
hey.
So what you say, Tay? What you say? What us girls like? We like our shoes and our bags. Period.
Listen, we like our shoes and our bags. We
Period.
can't even help it. Give me some real leather, genuine leather.
Nah, y'all like that
Okay.
pleather. Y'all like
No,
that
and
pleather.
you know what else is
You
important in
gotta
them
rubber to
bags?
see if it's real or not.
But you know what else is important in them bags though? What's important in them bags is how it is put together. So you could tell how they sew it together, how they bond that leather together, and you could tell a cheap one when you see it and it's going to fall apart. But if you spend money on one, it lasts longer.
Mhm.
Now, don't get me wrong though. I'm not trying to go all out like spend over 500. I know that sounds cheap to some because some of these bags, y'all, they $1,500 and up. Them listen, I want this Louis Vuitton purse real bad. But then I have to think about it. Is that really in my budget? No, it is not. I do not live the Louis Vuitton life. So if I get a Louis Vuitton, it's definitely me trying to keep up with the Joneses. And that was just a reality check on real. We be trying to keep up with the Joneses though. But these purses and these shoes is everything.
But what if we didn't think like, so what if the way that we think keeps us in our own position? So if we think I can't afford that, so we reinforce that identity and it becomes our existence, right?
True.
We don't seek out ways like how can I afford this Michael Kors purse? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can always holler at Diddy. You see what I'm saying? And I, but I'm not into keeping nobody when they're down. But um, you know, maybe one day if you do bust the right moves.
You right about it though. That's very true. I ain't gonna even lie. Was riding down the street the other day and I noticed a house. It was so beautiful to me. And it just caught my eye and I just looked and I said, and I looked in the window, you could see how like the staircase was just so beautiful. The staircase was just it was big. And I looked in and I was like, dang, I gotta figure out how to make that kind of money because that's the staircase I want to come down every morning and make my coffee and fix my kids some breakfast and like and it's not that we
And I
can't
gave
have those things. It's
and
that
I
we have
gave you
to
the link
You
to
definitely.
become a realtor. I gave
you,
you.
you definitely gave me the link. I just need that money to start that school. I'm waiting on tax season
Well,
so I can.
what happens is
Right.
in the middle of the night you just do a couple of little like door dashes and put that little money back.
Okay.
Do a couple of Instacarts, you put that money back,
Mhm.
and then in about 2 weeks, even if it takes 3 weeks, you do maybe fucking $50 a night.
Mhm.
You end up with that money.
You right. You right. You right.
It'll be that investment towards that
Mhm.
staircase that you want. And
I
and
listen.
and the motherfucking Michael Kors purse.
Not the Michael Kors. I got plenty of those. I need a Louis Vuitton.
The Louis Vuitton.
I need a
Period.
I
Louis.
was
Period.
I
I
just
need a
went
The
to
Louis.
Michael Kors that cost that much.
Right, right. Michael Kors
Some
can
Louis
get got.
babies. Yes, I
we
got
had a
plenty of those. It's
we
the
had
Louis.
an introduction. We had a meeting
Mhm.
for my company, and we met at Indiana Wesleyan University.
Oh
First
yeah.
time I've been in that building. But outside of the meeting, I was watching people hop in their cars. Um, Somebody had my car that I'm going to get Denali, a Yukon Denali.
Ooh.
Uh, this is from one of the top sales. Excuse me. And even if I got a 2022, that's
Nice.
like $32,000, you know, and that's really
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like a lot of money, but it always sounds like a lot of money if you think like it's a lot of money. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So a man thinking, so they are. Uh, but this one black girl hopped in. This probably was her husband's truck. I don't want to really downplay her because it probably was her truck. It was like I don't know what it was. It was some type of Jeep looking big boy thing though, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
she was looking back. I felt like to see people seeing her about to hop in this thing. I saw you hop in it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is though, it's motivation. You know what I mean? And everybody
Yeah.
on this panel gonna hop in something big one day, and we
Mm-hmm.
gonna have y'all gonna have the millions of times. I don't want nothing. It's
Yes,
toxic.
Lady T, that's what I'm talking about. We could walk in that store and be like, "Ooh, that's the one I want." And I mean, that's not the only reason why I am looking forward to being successful, but
Right.
it's not just that, but it's also because I don't want to worry about if my kids can go to college. You know what I mean? If that's what they want to do and they really want to push that, like I want to support that. I
Right.
want to I want to support those goals, and right now it's like I'm not there yet. I don't think I thought about it enough prior to having kids. And
Right.
if
Right.
I had a younger woman that was ready to listen, I could really pour into her life, because there are so many things that you can do to build, and not saying it's going to be perfect, but you can build prior to having children, prior to all the responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
um you can really prepare yourself for certain things in life. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think about college funds and all of that. I was making money at a young age, so I was like, oh, forget college, like I'm good. They keep taking me through this and that and all these classes, and got to pay all this money. I'm making good enough money. Like
Mm.
I don't need to finish.
But
And so I'm paying for it now.
But
yeah,
thinking
but
like that, you didn't know how
also
to use
a
your
lot
money
of
for yourself though. You didn't know how to
it is
budget, did you?
scholarships too out here. Um,
No.
depending on your school you go to, your grades,
Mhm.
that you get. Like, I know it's a program that's been around for a very, very long time and it's still around. Um,
Mhm.
and my child, she's a freshman in high school right now, but
Mhm.
I can't remember what qualifies you, but the 21st century program.
Oh yeah.
That yes, that is still around. That's been around since I was a young child. And
Yeah,
Oh
I be on the
man,
internet,
you
but
and
I
right.
that
didn't know nothing
yes,
about
and that will help your child all the way through. That
Okay.
pay
it. I'm
for
probably
your
need to
child
tell me
to
nothing
go to
about
school.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that for KJ
Yes,
for
as
now.
long as you keep. I think, of course, there's always, stipulations and stuff. Like, I think you have to have
Yeah.
a certain amount of GPA or something like that. But
Yeah,
Okay.
great man, be good.
some
yeah,
people had to have a core 40, you had to have 40 credits.
right, 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 right. Of course,
I
yeah.
thought I wasn't gonna be able to graduate because of that shit. I thought it was across the board. Cause I remember I asked this teacher, I was like, hey man, I was like, look, man, I know we've been beefing. I said, but I got an S in class. Miss I ain't gonna say his name, but one student threw a chair at him, all kind of stuff. Stuff
What?
that I never did. And this dude recommended for me to be suspended for I don't even remember what happened.
Oh
It wasn't
wow.
even nothing serious. But he said maybe you should just go hang out at Burger King for my because Burger King was across the street from Northwest.
Northwest, yeah. You can
He
be
said
there.
you
Mhm.
can hang out at Burger King, and then after he recommended me to get suspended off of. I didn't even do nothing. It was like it wasn't even like I violently did anything. He just recommended that I get suspended. So then when my dad came up, he's like, I don't know why he got suspended. Motherfucker, you recommended me to get spending. But
Wow.
at the end of my senior year,
What?
I had I had 39 credits, man, and I'm up here like, damn, I need 40 to graduate. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I came to him and I was like, look, man, I know we've been beefing and shit. It was like a geometry class. And
Oh.
I said, man, if you could just give me a G, man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, everything. I really came to that dude like that. I don't know how I felt like I could negotiate a goddamn grade. You know what I'm saying? But he said, Andre, I can't give you a D. He said, but I will see you at graduation though. I was like, what? I don't need this class to graduate, nigga. I started to be like, well, fuck you then. But I still
I heard
graduated. I still graduated though. But I wish that I would have known about 21st, because I'm not trying to talk down on the people that was above me, right? Parents and grandparents, because they didn't know. Part of my family came from Mississippi, where some of them didn't even go to school. Uh,
Mm.
so the biggest thing for me was just graduate. Like
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know nothing about college prep. I didn't know nothing about none of that kind of shit. Like really,
Mm-hmm.
it was Harville Assassin and
And honestly, that was the biggest thing they was trying to press back then. Remember, was just going to school and graduating.
just go to school and graduate.
Yep.
That
Yep.
Mhm.
was it.
I didn't even
And
get
I feel
pushed
like
for college.
that at all, never got pushed for it at all. So when I did graduate, I was still like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, I
Yep.
Right.
wasn't going to nobody's
Yeah.
army.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember getting shit in the mail from NASA, NASA University, different universities sending shit, but I'm like, well, shit, how do I even apply for these motherfucking colleges? Like, I didn't know I didn't have anybody to lead me, and I think people thought that maybe this guidance counselor was helping students in that direction, but I don't think this guidance counselors only help the ones that they like.
Yep.
Right.
They do.
Yeah.
Like, what do
Mm-hmm.
you want to be? Where do you want to go? Maybe they was like maybe they thought that some of us was just going to go into the workforce, or maybe some of having those conversations with some of us just wasn't worth their time because they going to go to prison or something like that. Like, I wish there was some shit that you can go back and sue people about because like I do understand that college does not mean you're going to have a success. Uh,
Correct.
some people go to
Not at all.
college and then they still work at McDonald's or Amazon
Because
or something
everybody
like
trying to
that.
get in that job that you went to school for. It's like everybody competing for the same job, and then the higher person is going to get it, or somebody that already been working in it is going to get that job.
But
So now
then
you back at square one, paying
how
all your
about this
college
though?
funds and working at McDonald's or Burger King or Steak and
How
Shake.
about this though? They got uh
Trying to pay back
degrees.
them damn grant. I mean them loans.
New
They
loans,
got
yeah,
degrees out here that don't even mean nothing. You see what I'm saying? They got shit like sexual identity studies or gender identity studies or stuff like that. Stuff that you can't use in the real world.
yeah. So why even
In
go
the
to those
academic world.
classes?
But you can graduate and say this is what my major was or my minor or whatever. But you're not gonna go out here and make no money. Like how many people got media whatever degree and they're not doing nothing with that. Like some people are getting out and going to Fox News and CBS and maybe creating their own YouTube syndication or something. But like, I just feel like there are a lot of things out here that you can get a degree in that is not going to benefit you in the long run. And like, I know somebody who got two criminal justice degrees and was at Amazon and still now ain't even in there. Like, you could be a correction probation officer or something. You know what I mean? You really don't need. I don't think you need a degree to do that. You might. I don't know, but they never did nothing
To
with
be
that.
what again?
Um, probation officer.
Oh no, you don't.
That was just one of the things that was on the list that they could use that degree for.
Hmm. It's
Yeah,
crazy
But
Andre, can
because
you turn your mic up a
if
little bit?
if I cut my mic up,
Yeah, you ain't real low. We can hear you, but it's still a little low.
if I could major in like music theory and things like that, I could mess around and be a music teacher.
uh-huh.
Let me go see if I know how to edit everybody else's microphone now.
Tell KJ to get it for me. I think there are a lot of jobs that you don't need a complete degree for. I didn't even complete my degree and I was a paralegal for over 12 years. Um and had a lot of experience. I could have went further as a paralegal, but I was done being a paralegal. I was done, but I didn't complete my degree. So I just say some people really. I even know someone went to school to be a doctor, and that's a lot of money. And I'll never forget. He told me, he said, "I'll be paying student loans for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I'll be paying student loans every month." Um,
No.
and he's a doctor.
Unless you got, and you know what though, that's funny. I want to add to that because I have realized that as well. Like it's more of the experience than it is the degree. Um, your resume tells a lot behind what you've done and how much experience you have in something. Because just because you have a degree in something, you can be fresh out of school and they won't hire you because they will look at someone who's more well experienced in this position than you
Exactly.
are and take them over you. Also, we have people, of course, who get plugged in because of who they know
Yeah, they
or
know somebody.
because of what they know, so I do believe that's true, Tay. Like I've known a lot of people who've went to school for years and get out of school and like you said, they can't find jobs. They start to fall behind because they're trying to pay student loans. They're trying to get, a job just to pay the student loans, you know, and that's crazy, but it's like that's how the world is designed, which we all have to realize that I'm teaching my children that now. Like I didn't really want to say that because I know a lot of people do encourage their children to go to college and things of such nature, but we got to start back from scratch. We got to go back to what we know because like Dre said, you know, growing up my parents never pressed the issue. They told me that I can be, this is something my father and my mother always said, you could be whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't say you could be whatever you want to be if you go to college. They said you can be whatever you want to be, and that stuck with me. So
Hmm.
it's not that I didn't want to go to college. I actually end up, getting, I was one of them children that I wanted to go to college. I wanted to experience the dorm rooms and I wanted to be on campus and, but God had other plans for me because, I ended up having a child. So that kind of slowed things down. But at the same time, it also opened up my eyes well to see like, me not going, I was able to actually see that I didn't have to go because
Hmm.
once
Yeah.
the best way is nowadays, if you notice, now our people are starting to wake up and realize, hey, we can be entrepreneurs. We can do this too. Back in the day, it's not that we didn't want to, it was that we were not exposed to as much information as
Right.
now. Now we are actually getting in the right rooms. We are actually paying to be in the right rooms because, like they say, everything, you know, you gotta pay. Yeah, not everything, but everybody's not giving up information for free, so it's almost like if you want to be successful and you want to be where others is, you gonna have to pay to get there somehow, whether you paying
Yep.
physically or you know physically, financially, some type of way, you gonna have to pay to get what you want to do, even if you gotta work hard to get there. A lot of people, like I think Doug was saying this, when our president, when we did have him in office, um who do we have in office? Obama. When we had
Oh,
Obama in office, a lot of people, I don't know why I always get, because it's like Trump, Biden,
yeah, get
they're
the
in
name
my
mixed up.
head. They're in
Get
my
the
head.
name mixed
But
up.
Obama, when Obama was in office, I can honestly say, I had brought up the fact that, we everybody had cell phones and food stamps. But like Doug was saying, like, yeah, that had put a lot of our people in a state of mind to be a little bit more lazier because they were feeding off the government. Well, that's kind of how our people have been for a very long time. Um, it was always told, you better go get on that Section 8, you better go get them food stamps, so that's what our people knew to do. We knew to go sign up for food stamps, go sign up for
Yep.
go get a low income. This is how our people, our mothers, our aunties, our grandmothers, this is what they told us. But that was because the people before them was taught to be dumbed down because they felt like, oh, well, if we don't give them the information, then they won't know and they won't do it. So it
And
was a
those people at that age, they weren't taught that because they was coming from being slavery and
like,
everything. And
yeah,
the only
exactly,
thing they knew was what the slave masters taught them, and it so on and
right.
so forth. And that's what I always say. That's why people of our skin is still in that slave mentality.
Right. That's what I was getting to. You took the words right out of my mouth, Doug. And that's exactly what it is.
But I'm
It's like,
telling you, that's why I
yeah,
tell people all the time. But they be like, "Nah, you better go ahead and get that. I don't want nothing free. We need to go do some work to get this shit."
that's right.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
hard work pays off, and I'm happy to say that I'm glad to see that a lot of our people now is stepping up and getting their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a lot of times that it wasn't like that. Our people was out here working hard, you
Yeah,
know, for something that we shouldn't been having to do because in reality, half of this stuff was our ancestors anyway. But
yeah,
you know how that go. If you don't do your research and you don't know, you only know what you know, and and that's it. And that's why I say
exactly.
it's very important to get on them webinars, go to seminars, invest, and that goes back to saying what me and Tay was saying.